And we are live.
No.
Greetings and salutations, Focus Up family. Welcome to the November 16, 2024 installment of the Focus Up Show. We thank you for tuning in with us live Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on YouTube and various other platforms, or catching up with us on replay. And we ask that you click that like, that subscribe, that bell, and share to support and maintain your weekly Focus Up fix. I am Mr. Nice Guy, nice as in the word Saint spelled backwards. And my co-hosts today are the lovely First Lady J. We got Brother Afro Agnostics in the house. We got
with my green background showing.
Okay. I'm colorblind, so I can't even process that. But Brother Walk, host of Sex Talk with Walk, Thursday at 9 p.m. Let me slide you over to your slot, brother. There we go. And then we got the infamous El Poo. Y'all doing wrong, so let me switch y'all out. What's going on with you? Star of Spin That Back. What we gonna be having on later on today?
Oh, yeah. Spin That Back is going to be back today. That's the fact. And we're going to be talking about Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. Not Will Smith. Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince from the beginning.
That's what's up. And we got Mr. Floyd X back from festivities. What's going on with you, sir?
Chilling. Just back from my little trip with the wife, celebrating 26 years of marriage. Keep black love alive,
Hey, First Lady J. So you've been doing some things. Yeah, congrats on how your thing played. Give us an update. What happened with your pop up?
Well, I did a pop up with Soul Food Sunday dinners. It was a prepaid event, and it turned out to be more than I expected. The city of Long Beach were asking that I return. I sold out. I made way more than I expected to make. The people off the street, thankfully, I had enough food to provide for everyone. What I thought was going to be a 4-hour event turned out to be a 12-hour event. My desserts, my peach cobbler and banana pudding went out the door alone. I just say I made $500 off the desserts. I will be returning, and I look forward, and I thank everyone for supporting me. It was my first pop-up, and it was more than I bargained for.
Hey, give a round of applause for that right there.
Matter of fact, you know how we do over here. We don't just give you a round of applause. We give you
Thank you.
So that having been said, let's get to the first thing up. You know what?
What about Walk? You didn't say hi to Walk.
I didn't.
Didn't
I talk about Sex Talk with Walk every Thursday at night? He was the second person or the third person I was supposed to.
Come back from vacation, Floyd X. Come back. Get together.
So although we agreed, last week's show was super political. So we're trying to take it away from there, at least for this show. We're not throwing away politics, but that having been said, I know that Floyd X has a clip that he would like to play. So maybe we should just get that out of the system.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what the dude said, the MAGA guy.
Oh, the MAGA. Let's talk on that. So we jump in there. Let's just
get that out the way. Let's just get it out the way.
Targets. Let's be very clear. This is legislation that targets white people. It is racial because the people who carry in the Capitol are primarily white. People who have CPLs are primarily white. And this is retaliation for the only demographic that overwhelmingly voted to support Donald Trump. And that is why it is being taken out on us, because you don't like us. And that's how it is. If we want to address gun violence, we would be focusing on the people who bring guns into communities and shoot people, like where I live in Detroit and where you represent, Stephanie Chang, which are overwhelmingly 13 to 34-year-old sub-Saharan African niggers. Those are the people who...
Move on.
I am testifying.
Thank you for your
I'm not
testimony.
timed out.
Yep, and
Now you heard right. Your ears are not playing with you. That brother said exactly what you thought he said, and it was outrageous.
I love it. I love when white folks is racist. I love when they show it. See, I respect that more than the boss who really don't like black people and undercutting you on the low. So when I see it like that, it makes me smile. It makes me tingle inside. Just so I know when I'm on my bullshit, it's warranted.
You got something to say about that video, Afro Agnostics? I know I sent that to you, and we definitely tripped about that.
Oh yeah, definitely. I agree with Walk's sentiments. I like to deal with my races up in front, but unfortunately, most races are not up in front. You have passive racism, and I think that people latch onto this, which we should. It is an indication of racism, but interpersonal racism is the lowest form of racism. Systematic racism is the highest, most effective, the most pervasive form of racism that is perpetrated against black people, and you don't get those words. You know what I'm saying? It's hard, it's less upfront, it's more ambiguous and things like that. But it's interesting that a lot of the Fox News pundits who work for Fox News for free promoting Trump, they often claim that Trump is not racist, but yet he's supported widely by people who make statements like this, by people who are racist. So it's very interesting. He's not racist, but he's just supported by racists. That's interesting. If I was supported by racists, that'd be an issue. I have to check what I'm doing,
Hey, I don't know if Big Cuz was that TJ, wasn't that Face's son?
Yeah, it's mine. Yeah.
Oh, that's TJ. Oh, that's your son. All right, so bring him back in and we'll bring him in. My bad.
Is he on camera?
Yeah, just tell him to come back on camera and we'll bring you on. Here we go.
Oh, you want me to check? Okay.
There we go. Let's introduce who this is, who this young man is.
Okay. Okay. You want me to introduce him? Or he can introduce himself too. But this is my son, my one and only son, that I know of, that I'm aware of. We're gonna talk about that later too. But go ahead. Okay. I'll let him kind of introduce himself a little bit. Yeah.
How y'all doing? My name's Tyson Hunter. I'm Marson, obviously. I think I'm the only one. I got a sister as well, but we'll see. I don't have much of an introduction. I've seen the show a little bit. I kind of want to tune in and stuff, so I don't have much to say.
Maybe agnostics.
Welcome to the show, brother. Welcome to the show.
Appreciate it.
We're definitely gonna welcome your younger perspective. We got some older folks. We're not too old, but we older. But first, Lady J, you got some type of tape on that video?
I'm a piggyback on Walk. I agree. I like for people to expose their true colors and who they really are and not do it secretly. Very disappointing, but I was like, wow, okay, I know who you are.
Yeah, my mom used to always say that. What she loved about the South is that the people out there were racist to your face, and she says out here they're racist behind your back. But an infamous El Pool looked like you was about to say something. Oh, you're like muted, brother.
You're saying a whole lot.
Put myself on the double mute. All I got to say is expect a whole lot more of this in the future. These people are going to start coming out the closet with this. And it's going to be a whole lot of chaos, because if I was working for a boss and he called me a nigga, it's going to be a problem. I'm just going to
They already starting to come out. Remember the girl that post right after the election asked who wants to be her slave? I don't know if y'all saw that circulating on social media, but they found out where she worked. And
I don't know about that, but I know a whole lot of people got a whole lot of text messages about return to slavery or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? I want to shout out brother Student X. Student X is occupied, so we don't have our minister information here. So shout out to that brother. We know he'll be in the comments if he's able, but that's it. I've shout out to that brother. And by the way, we had a Mutant Politics show last week that got pretty feisty, and YouTube blocked it.
I meant to put that clip. I didn't get a chance to put that clip.
I don't put that clip in, then you get us blocked.
No, I will put specifically what they talked about. It was about, that 19 stuff and mandatory V stuff,
Oh yeah, that stuff. This and that. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
All right.
Hey, Big Cuz, you okay? It's kind of like random comments.
Yeah.
But,
all right, where we at, nice guy? Where we at?
So that having been said, Mr. Floyd X, you said that we want to rock with the Tyson fight and talk about that. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's lean into it. So
all right, let's.
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that.
Legacy.
Go ahead.
Who cares? Mike Tyson says, who cares about legacy? Everybody said, I don't want him to ruin his legacy. He going to fight that white guy, and what if he knocks him out? He going to ruin his legacy. Mike Tyson said, who cares? Legacy, who cares? And I got a clip to play for y'all. If y'all didn't see it, a young lady, 14 years old, was doing an interview with Mike Tyson, and she asked him a question about his legacy. Let's hear what he had to say about legacy.
It means absolutely nothing to me. I'm just passing through. I'm going to die, and it's going to be over. Who cares about legacy after that? No, we're nothing. We're just dead. We're dust. We're absolutely nothing. Our legacy is nothing.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. That is something that I have not heard before, someone say that as an answer.
No. Girl, me either. Okay, credit to the young.
Okay. Let's
that was scary.
Before we cover the fight, before we give our perspective or take on the fight, what do y'all feel about that legacy? Who want to go first?
Wait. Let me go first. I hear what Mike Tyson's saying. In a way, he's correct in a way, but I disagree. Legacy is everything. There are some people whose name will not live on. And for instance, I'm going to say like my brother. My brother do rock past at 18 years old. I go to his gravesite. Somebody had just left something there for him. Like people I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? I knew him. His legacy is secure. And this is over 30-some years. So Mike Tyson, your legacy, whether you want to or not, is still going to be around. People are going to be talking about Mike Tyson in 100 years. So for some people, it's something. For some people, like myself, probably you won't hear about Walk Back, saying? That's it. So, but that poor little girl, she probably traumatized from that damn interview. I'm scared.
First Lady J.
You caught me off guard with that one. I'm shocked at his response that his legacy doesn't matter. I agree with Walker. Legacy should matter. But, with his age and fighting, to me, maybe in his mind, he was just looking at it as just a payday. So he don't care about his legacy. He's going to get paid anyway.
Right.
I mean, it is a payday. To me, how is this going to tarnish his legacy when this wasn't even real? You know what I'm saying? This has nothing to do. This dude is like, 58. That dude's 27. This is just an exhibition. You know what I'm saying? It was a cash grab. He made a whole lot of money. Hey, I'd have done the exact same thing. Matter of fact, if you want to fight me for 20 mil, I'll get my ass beat for 20 mil. That's fine. So, I mean, it is what it is. But, I think that this whole thing was a fiasco. I thought it was, seeing him look like he looked, it was sad. And, I'm never looking forward to seeing a black man lose in a boxing match. I always say that boxing is sanctioned racism because, we tend to root for the person that looks like us unapologetically. And just knowing that he was going to lose this fight, knowing that Paul Jake, whatever that is basically kind of an asshole, at least on the at least how he puts it out there.
All right, we're gonna get to the fight, nice guy. Let's hear what some more people take on legacy.
Okay, I'll say I don't really have a dog in the fight on legacy. I do think that some people put a lot on legacy. They put a big emphasis on legacy, and I think that's just really ego. It is true. I mean, you're gonna die. It's almost as if you were never born. As far as your personal history, I mean, 100 years from now, we might not know Mike Tyson. We're going to know very few people from the 20th century 100 years from now. I mean, just he does speak the truth. Like, it really doesn't matter. I think your individual contributions to the whole, to the collective, that can be more felt. Like Martin King, we may not know, for instance, maybe Martin King, I doubt that, but he made the heavy contribution, and his legacy is in the changes that he brought about that people have today. So that's, to me, that's more of a legacy, is the social changes that you can make that are really felt in people's day-to-day lives, but not particularly like your name, but your actions that contributed to that.
Brother TJ, what's your take on this?
I feel like, generally what he said was true.
You might want to get a little bit closer to the mic. You can hear a little bit better. Go ahead.
Hear me now? It's a little better?
A little better.
So, I might put. Let me finish this, but I'm gonna go.
Oh, you sound good right there. You sound good right there.
Okay. I think what he said generally is true. Depending on how you look at things, on a larger scale, like, just with time, everything kind of means nothing. Whether it's within human history or even without outside of human history, the world gonna go on and stuff like that. But so generally what he said is true. I don't really have no feelings about that either way.
I hear you, Mr. Floyd X. What's your take?
Yes, as far as legacy goes, I feel that legacy is very important, and we all should strive to leave behind a positive legacy. And that's should be our goal. Just if not for a long future, at least for the immediate future. At least our children can speak proud of us, of what we did and accomplished and how we conducted ourselves. And if it transfers to our grandchildren and so forth, I'm great. So I completely disagree with Mike Tyson on that legacy.
All right, so that having been said, let's talk about the actual fight. Brother Walk, you are a boxing aficionado here on the panel. What did you feel about that fight? You and Afro Agnostics, both of y'all the boxing aficionados. So you first, brother.
I'm gonna give it like the whole event, the pageantry. It was phenomenal. It was this Jake Paul is doing great things for boxing. Even though he's like started out YouTube or whatever, he's doing more for boxing now than Mayweather. Yeah, I said that. Than Mayweather now. Mayweather little bullshit exhibition fight. That was on Netflix first time, 5 hours. It was good pageantry. The fights was not that good. The best fight was the lady fight. The lady fight. My boy Barrios, that was a trash fight. I didn't like that. I'm tired of seeing him too, Mario Barrios, even though I've been watching him for years. But good show. The Tyson fight, what was people expecting him to be like 39 years ago when he was 20? Come on now. I really thought he was going to get hurt. I thought Mike Tyson was going to get hurt. I thought Jake Paul was going to crack him and make him look like he did that basketball player or Tyron Woodley. But overall, though, this was great for boxing. That's what I can say. Fight was trash, though.
All right, boxing aficionado number 2, Afro Agnostics.
I didn't know.
You had something to do with it. You had at least I was observing some stuff on Facebook. Would you at least following some boxer or something? You were doing something, right?
Back in the day, I think, yeah. But I think Walt brought up a good point. I think in certain ways, Jake Paul has done more for boxing than Mayweather. I think Mayweather did a lot to kill to enrich himself, but kill the sport in the process. You say what?
That's a horn. Go ahead. I agree with that.
I don't know what people were. It was just okay. It incenses me when people say age is just a number, and this expectation for someone to perform at that high level just because their physique or their cut or they look good. As the martial arts movies used to say, you look good when no one is hitting back. I mean, but yeah, he's hitting the pads. That's muscle memory. He can do that. But when you get before a 27-year-old that's in the sport, I mean, your slowness, your rigidness, your lack of reflexes, your lack of legs, it's just going to come out and show. Now, if they were fighting a phone booth, I would still give it to Tyson because he still has the power. But, that's not the sport. The sport is get hit and don't get hit and use the ring, use whatever strategies that you have an advantage at. He had an advantage at youth. He had better legs. And to be honest, man, he carried Tyson. I think after the second round, he could have KO'd him. So
yeah. That was pretty sad. That was pretty much my take on it. I saw that. He didn't have any legs. I kept thinking, like, look, Mike, just rush him, try to cut off the ring and get him in the corner and phone booth it. That's your best shot. Just close the distance and just do something. Because I mean, it was, to me, it was sad looking. I mean, I respect him for what he did. I respect that, it got our attention. I mean, it was big. Floyd X is correct in saying that it's what people were talking about. It was a big deal. He got a big payday from it. The Paul, whatever this dude, one of the biggest internet sensations. I salute that brother with everything that he's accomplished because he's earned that. But as far as the actual product, it was a gut punch. Did you see it, First Lady Jane?
I did.
How'd you feel about it?
I was sitting there with my sugar-free song in my head, get your money while you're bull crapping. I can't cuss. But because that's all I saw was a payday. And, I salute Mike Tyson because there's no way in heck I would have gotten in a ring at his age against him. I forget the guy's name. He said it best, the old lion against the new lion. I did not expect Tyson to win at all. It was entertainment, a payday. And like Walk said, the women's fight were more entertaining. I was just praying that Tyson did not get hurt. But, it just goes to show that what people will do for money still. And I just felt like he was risking his life because as boxers, we all know that they take a lot of head blows and get injured, just like back in the day, Sugar Ray Leonard. He took some blows. So I was a little bit concerned for Tyson. It was boring, but hey, he got paid.
Hey, see, now this is my concern. Brother TJ, now you're a younger person. See, we grew up with Tyson. Tyson resonates with us a little bit differently than what he before you do. So did you watch the boxing match?
Yeah, I definitely watched it.
Now, I'm saying this color's a big. You probably haven't seen a whole bunch of Tyson fights, right?
No, I'm a big fan of Tyson. I've seen a lot of.
Okay.
Obviously, I ain't watching live and nothing like that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was my concern. I'm like, I hate for this to be the main thing that people see of Tyson. So
I think Tyson legacy is stamped full through and through throughout generations and stuff like that. A lot of people was mad at Jake Paul for even, people my age for even, trying to, doing this for all this money and stuff. Even Tyson, nobody really wanted to see this happen. But at the same time, you kind of got the feeling that like Jake Paul not about to knock out Tyson on Netflix. First showing it is. This is a 60-year-old man. Like that ain't even good for business and stuff. So towards like the 4th, 5th round, you could tell like, yeah, he could have knocked him out and stuff, but like you can't do that, man. Tyson beloved, and so that'd be bad for business.
Yeah, he conducted himself very, very properly. What's your take on this, Mr. Floyd, the actual fight?
Hey, I thought it was a great fight. Entertaining. I was happy to see Tyson get out there and make some money. First, I was questioning, is it real? Is it fake? Are they just going to put on a show, an exhibition or whatever? It didn't matter at no more. Once it was time to go, it didn't matter. My internet, that Netflix paused on me. I'm like, what the hell? I had to check my books and make sure I paid my bill. Like, okay, I paid my Netflix. Why is it off? But unfortunately, the fight came back on, and according to the reports, Mike Tyson, they didn't release how much they made. Let me do it real quick. Tyson is 50-6. He won 50 fights, 60 losses, 44 with a knockout. Jake Paul is 10-1. But none of that really mattered because the big thing was the money. They say according to the Texas Athletic Commission, nobody released how much, but Jake Paul could have made around $40 million, and Mike Tyson. Blocking the number. I think it was $20 million.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was $20 million.
Yeah, so Mike Tyson made about $20 million. That's a win-win, in my opinion. That's a win-win. They both won last night.
Well, I want to ask a quick question because I don't think that money was the motive for Tyson. It was partially the motive, I believe, but I don't think it was a sole exclusive motive. What do folks think about that? Because Tyson is comfortable. I would have been against the fight if he was doing it, like these old washed up fighters that just come back for money. They have they're in hardship.
What do you think the motive was?
I'll tell you what I think.
Okay.
What he sold me was hope. I love Mike. I'm older. I'm up here doing my sit-ups and getting in shape and everything. I've lost about 20 pounds in the last 3 months or something like that. Looking at these little young bulls and thinking to myself, shit, if Tyson can get in the ring with this dude, I can get out there and get in, out there with him. But after last night, I hope it's something. I want my money back. But I still love you, Mike. You still
Hey, real quick. After the fight, I live in the Bay Area. Mike Tyson was spotted in San Francisco.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Well, you in the Bay?
No,
I live in Sacramento.
that is a good point though, because Mike is doing well. Mike's got that sort of like the weed company and all this other stuff, so it's not just a money grab for him. I mean, he even said like, look, this might not be the end of it for me. I know that Lennox Lewis is trying to figure out an opportunity for maybe him and Mike to do something like that. It's a spectacle. I enjoyed the Mike Tyson what was that dude named Roy Jones thing. This one I did.
Now, I would have gave him more of a chance. I mean, when you reach a certain age in your 50s, every year counts. I mean, you get old overnight. That Mike Tyson was way better than even this Mike Tyson we saw last night. The Mike Tyson 4 years ago with Roy Jones would have been more of a challenge to Jake Paul than this. I mean, he had better legs just 4 years ago. It was that much of a difference.
Well, I know that was a good fight, but the Serrano and Taylor fight, I know that was a real fight. That was a real fight. That woman got that big gash on her over her eye. That was disgusting. And the other girl, she had a gash on her eye too. I was like, damn, that's some real fighting right there.
She sounded like she's about to die after that interview.
Yep, and her coach was hot. He was pissed off. He said every time she always doing that, she always fighting, and we may not fight her again because she's a cheater. If they fix her, we'll fight her. But he was hot. But man,
And you know what, too? They're from that island. When you look, I thought it was a bunch of trash in the sea. What's it called? Puerto Rico. Yeah, I said it.
horn.
I wasn't quick enough to do my anti.
That was a joke, Puerto Rico. We know.
But that was a gladiator fight. Those two ladies. I mean, I don't know how good I feel about women fighting, but that they went crazy. There was heart, there was passion, it was all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And
I like women fighting. I just don't want them to hit each other in the boobs. They should ban hitting in the boobs. Hit the stomach in the face.
Okay, First Lady J, what's your take on that? Would it be better to be hitting in the stomach or the boobs? I would be more concerned about the stomach.
Both are painful. I think I would prefer the stomach.
Okay.
Thank you. See?
I was thinking about reproduction. I'm not talking about like the pain of it.
Well, I don't need to reproduce at my age.
I was talking about women in general. That would be my concern, is that messing up your reproductive stuff. People.
I feel like
not everybody breastfeeds. Go ahead.
You shouldn't be out there in a boxing ring if you're worried about that. Go ahead and bear your children at that point. That's just my take on it. If you're going to be worried, you take your risk at things. So if that's the risk that you want to take, then so be it. But yeah, I would take the stomach blow before I want take that. The breast.
Sound like we kind of just dragging the topic.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say that you wanted. That's what I said. But it's 29 minutes. My question was going to be whether you want to do the commercials, you want to go into Strahan.
Let's do the commercials real quick. Shout out. Dang, I forgot to supposed to promote something, but I ain't got it. So we're gonna go to what we know. Let's. La Brea Trucking for all of your trucking needs. He just expanded his fleet so he can help you even more. Call La Brea Trucking, east to west, north to south, south to north. Call La Brea Trucking for all of your trucking needs.
Y'all hiring?
You cut it up short. That's gobealive.org. Go get you some of that black honey.
You get it at the Petty Vice, located in Venice, California, and the City Marketplace, located in the Crenshaw Mall.
That's what's up.
Let me flip it real quick. Check this out real quick. It's no longer called rock mutant politics. It's called
Let's just call it mutant politics. It's ever evolving. You know, it got banned last week, but
watch the show before they get us canceled.
So Afro Agnostics, he was on there getting, contributing to the show getting banned. So, but suffice it to say, it'll be back. But that haven't been said. What else we got? We ready to talk about?
Yeah, let's get into it. Let's get
Strahan, man.
Brother Michael Strahan. All right, so you want to set the table for what happened?
Yeah, he was at the let me get the image up. He was standing there. It was a Veterans Weekend, and the announcers, what do you call those? The football broadcasters were in San Diego on the First Lady. You got the news report on it, or?
Oh, he was at 32nd Street where I was stationed.
San Diego. I got the image. Here go the image right there. I believe there was ownership at that point. Everybody, they were doing the national anthem. He didn't put his hand on his chest. So people, a news report, I forget the dude, some little chubby white guy on Fox, confronted him in front of his house. He was getting out of his car, going to his house. The white guy was asking him questions and asking what, or is he non or something, and Strahan snatched the phone and threw it out of his hand, and people gave him backlash. And then he made a video apologizing for the way he handled it and he explained it away. Let me calm down. He explained away what happened. Let me play that tape for you real quick. This is him explaining why he didn't put his hand on his chest.
Here in this country. And by the time I looked up from that moment, all my Fox guys had their hands over their hearts, the national anthem playing. I somewhat panicked, and I'm like, do I be the fool that puts his hand over his heart after? Or do I just stand here with my hand in front of me respectfully? Which that's what I did. That's what happened. And if that offended any of our military and veterans, I apologize to you, because that was never my intent. I'm a product of the military.
Apology not. I am a veteran. Apology not accepted. Now, here's the thing. If he would have stood tall, held his nuts like Colin Kaepernick, and said, this is why I'm doing that, I can respect that. But him to go back days later, coon it up, get mad, act like he don't know what to do now. I was just all at the moment. Bro, you've been in the spotlight since you was 14 years old. You a goddamn lie. You've been standing up for the national anthem since you've been in college ball and football and on the New York Giants. Now all of a sudden, I don't know what to do, master. That's what I'm offended for. That's if you really hold your nuts, hold your nuts. Strahan, you's a coon. Why? He had a real nigga moment. He was like, man, fuck these motherfuckers. But then he got back to his coon self. Yeah. Stand tall, brother. You gonna stand tall.
Damn, I thought I was gonna be hard. I ain't gotta say shit now. Thank you, Walt. You speak for the people. People like
Can I get a horn?
Yeah. One horn. Freshly served.
And that shit.
Yeah,
Well played. Well played. First of all, I the whole uproar of this, I don't like it. To me, black people shouldn't be expected to put their hand over their heart or anything. I always tell you like this. I understand that I have respect for people in the military. I have respect for people that are policemen. I have respect for people that do important jobs, to do whatever. You know what I'm saying? This is not a treaty against that. The function is that flag is a Jolly Roger to me. You know what I'm saying? When I look at that flag, I look at what the people bearing that flag did to my people. And, I can sit here and separate that flag, that symbolism, from the people of America. I respect the people of America. I care about the people of America. But the symbolism of America, I don't give a damn about that. So, to me, I always take great offense when they're like, oh, you don't stand up. Oh, you don't, whatever. You don't pledge allegiance. No, I don't pledge allegiance. I don't put my hand over my heart, and I'm going to tell you why. So that's what's up. So, again, to me, I think he was sincere. I think that he was looking at all the stuff that was going on, and he sort of like just zoned out, and then he panicked. What he should have done is just put his hand over his heart if he felt that was something that should have been done. But again, like I said, black people shouldn't even be expected that stuff. That shit offends me. What you got to say about this?
Hold on. A Jolly Roger, a pirate flag with a skull across. Okay, thank you. I just need to know what the hell you was talking about.
And I'm glad you clarified.
Talking about this
pirate flag, a pirate. That's right, a pirate. Exactly. Exactly.
This ain't what you talking about, brother.
100%
We ain't talking about this. Listen, man, we know what done transpired in our history. We here in America. We built this country. Like my boy Tariq Nasheed said, foundational Black Americans. We here, baby. And listen, if you don't like it, you know what you can do.
Oh, that's cold, man.
Oh, look at that red, black, and green. That's what I'm talking about. Go ahead, brother Afro. Come on, what you got to say? The red, black, and green, brother.
I got a letter from the government the other day. I mean, picture me giving a damn. I said, I'm a black man. I think this whole it incenses me too when white folks demand that black people do something that they themselves don't even do. That we're expected to have this like they're not even loyalty is something that's earned. It's not something that people just give away blindly just because to be loyal, for the sake of being loyal. That makes no sense. They themselves were opposed to the loyalists in the formation of this country. They opposed those who am I on?
Yeah, you're on.
Okay. I'm sorry. They opposed those who were loyal to the British flag, to the crown, and the formation of this country. They were called loyalists, and then they described themselves as patriotic to their own cause. And the reason why they were not loyal to the government is because they didn't get a bigger piece of the loot from slavery. This whole thing about taxation without representation, but the taxes were based on slave products, cotton, sugar, tea from Indian plantations. They wanted a bigger piece of the loot, and the 1763 proclamation line. They wanted to be more aggressive in the taking of Indian land. And because they couldn't do that, they decided that we're no longer loyal to the crown. We have real issues, real grievances, real issues about systematic injustice to black people, but we're expected, despite all of that, to be loyal when they themselves were not loyal. It doesn't make no sense. We have a big history. More black people, the free black population, joined the British government. They were fighting against the formation of the United States. Why? Because Lord Dunmore gave a proclamation of emancipation. If you fight for us, you get freedom. So we shouldn't be loyal. We are loyal to like freedom, justice, things like that. We don't have permanent friends or allies. We just have permanent interests.
That's what's
Yeah,
up.
this man turned this into a whole history lesson.
Hey, Afro, I need your first and last name. I'm booking you a flight to Canada, bro. I'm going to pay for it. Go ahead, El Poo.
Hey, the Canadian population in Nova Scotia, they came from here. That's how that population came, because they fled the United States during the war for independence. They was, I'm out of here. We getting freedom. We going to Canada. And some of that population ended up establishing Sierra Leone.
What's up, baby agnostics? You want to go too? Go ahead, Alpha. Go ahead, Alpha. Come on, man. Y'all ain't listening.
I know Michael Strahan. I talked to him on the phone just this morning. He told me, he was like, look, do you know how much money I get, man? I gotta say that I had to apologize.
Oh,
yeah. That's
that.
We had music queued up.
Hey, First Lady J, you got something to say about this?
About Michael or about the Pledge of Allegiance?
Either.
Well,
I mean, really, honestly, I'd be more interested in hearing what you got to say about the Pledge of Allegiance.
I think they need to rewrite it. I think there are some lies, starting with indivisible and liberty and justice for all. So I disagree with it because we all know what takes place with people of color, Black people specifically. So why should we pledge to something that's not true?
Now, can I add to that really quick? Because we always do the first verse, but it's 3 verses. I mean, I think it's 4 verses. One verse specifically says that we killed the slaves. They were speaking in reference to the British forming alliances with the slaves and fighting against them. So, I mean, they never, of course, we don't sing that line, but again, we got a big history, you know, the 67 Olympics, Tommy Smith, John Carlos, all the way to Colin Kaepernick. We shouldn't be expected to be loyal, but I agree with Walk. I think initially he was meaning something else as to why he did it. And then he backtracked. As you say, he thought about the money, started cooning. I agree.
His woman at home, he like, wait, hold on, I'm about to lose it.
TJ, you got something to add about this one?
I mean, Michael Strahan ain't really like that. I think he was being genuine. You know what I mean? Just whatever messed up. I don't know. Whatever he got.
I agree. I think he was being genuine. I mean, if he was a coon or whatever, but I mean, I'm not reading too much into it. I'm taking for face value.
Yeah, and then as far as the actual national anthem, I think it's crazy that he even got to explain that. Just considering the history. But I was up in high school when the Kaepernick stuff was going on. You know, playing ball and whatnot. And this is Cali, so I know politics be a little different and stuff. But they, you know, we had a meeting about that. It was like, you know, if you want to, represent, do what you want to do and stuff like that. We understand the situation and stuff like that. It's just how this keeps coming up and stuff is ridiculous.
All right, so we moving on to the next thing.
Yeah, let's move forward.
All right, so the next topic is dead babies versus deadbeat dads. Okay, so now this is a little bit of a salacious concept, but one of the things that we were talking about is that if women have the right to choose, and I would argue that they should have the right to choose whether they're going to carry a child to full term, to pregnancy, should a man at least have some choice? If he's not going to have any choice whether she's going to carry that child to term, should he have choice to determine whether he's going to be responsible for that child? Because, I mean, you're basically saying that, look, some fathers would be like, hey, that's my kid. I don't like that you have the opportunity to take my kid away from me by killing it, by, an abortion type situation. But at least a form of equity after a fashion would be like, look, if we decide that, you have to agree to consent to responsibility, it would create different pressures on people having children. So I'm just saying that it could be a radical thing, but it can have some incredible impact. First person I want to hear about this is First Lady J. What's your take on this?
My take is on this. Both parties have to be accountable for taking responsibility. If you choose to have unprotected sex, then both should be held accountable for their responsibilities. It should not be, I was relying on her to take birth control, so I didn't use her rubber. No, if you don't want to be accountable for being a dad, then strap up, put your Jimmy hat on, whatever you guys want to call it. If you have unprotected sex, both of you should be held accountable. That's just my take on it. And I do feel like, as far as women, of course, guys, you don't know what it's like to get pregnant. You can't be pregnant or whatnot. That should be a woman's choice, because childbirth is a life and death situation for the mother as well as the baby. And it still goes back to, if you're not protecting yourself, you leave that woman to have that choice. That's just the bottom line.
It's the woman's choice regardless of what. It's like, even if you tell her to have it or don't have it, if she make her decision, she gonna make that decision. It's nothing you could do. See, there was a male Roe v. Wade case back in 2009 where the man was like, what rights do I have? And this is still going on today, because we as men, we're feeling like we don't have any rights as far as that say so. And we don't. Like, even when it came down to naming my son, I wanted to name him one thing. The mama said, no. I'm like, damn, well, how about give him my middle name? All right, I'll do that. Like, I felt like, well, how about I just not show up then? You know what I'm saying? It make you feel like that. And that's what's going on today in modern society when you're dealing with all these women. Not all these women, but with women when you're having babies. And I do agree with you, Lady J. I do agree with you. If you lay down if you have unprotected sex, you are subjecting yourself. I mean, this is me personally. You are subjecting yourself to whatever comes with that, whether you're the male or the female. I've never, any woman that ever said they was pregnant from me or anything like that. Not that it's been a lot. I'm saying that I'm like, I did hit with no condom, so it's a possibility. So I just advise all people to do that.
You muted, nice guy.
Brother TJ, I saw you had your finger up. I saw your finger up, so you want to say something about this?
Yeah, I was just like obviously, I think that women should have the right, for abortion, whatever, and stuff like that. But like on the man side, like the opposite, you not like, so whatever. You ain't got you ain't got to take care of the child. Just on the back end, you got to pay child support. Just like you on her end, if she want to have an abortion, she got to go pay for that. That's just what the situation is. But as far as responsibility, you don't want to be there. Nobody forcing that, but you do got to pay because you did, help make that child be a possibility. So, that's all I have to say about it.
I think, isn't the argument like it should be equal and fair? Like, we should be able to have the option to have to pay if we initiate or let the woman know we don't want that baby to come into the world. If you want to,
that is the equality. That is the fairness, though, because if she don't want that baby, you know what I mean? Yeah, she could go pay to go get that abortion, whether you want that or not. But on the opposite end, yeah, if you don't want that, you got to pay. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If she want to keep it, it is what it is. Like,
But it goes back to having unprotected sex. I mean, you have that mentality before you even get with a person that you do not want a child. So, for instance, why trust that woman enough to feel like, you know what, she's on birth control, so I'm not going to get her pregnant if I go bareback. That still falls on a man. If you know you don't want to be responsible for a child, you do what you need to do to protect yourself from that situation. Either you keep your pants zipped up or you strap up. Bottom line.
Ain't no
man cancel responsibility and repercussions. You can't cancel that. Like, that's just.
Well, if you don't want to pay child support, then that's your best bet, is to have protected sex. You don't want a child. So why sit up there and go bareback, and then you're gonna get mad because she chose to have the child, and now the court is making you paying child support, but you didn't.
Lady J,
go ahead.
Lady J, respectfully, in the heat of the moment, a 16-year-old kid ain't thinking about that at all. 17, 22 ain't thinking about that. You slide in there. Come on, we ought to put our thing. We ought to put our thing on the crap.
I was thinking about that for
baby.
Brother, what you got to say, brother? What you say?
I said I was for sure thinking about that. You know what I mean? I didn't make mistakes, but like I'm like, at the end of the day, if that would have, if she would have wanted to have that child, I would have just been that. I know what I did. Like, Like, but I was thinking about it. I didn't know that was a possibility. Like, you know,
the woman has the bun in the oven. That's what
women
it
do not abort because they may not be able to have another child. So sometimes a lot of us women are thinking that way. If I get pregnant and I abort this baby, what if I can't get pregnant again? And it happens. So it goes
we got a comment.
Different choices.
I think. Okay.
We had a comment. That was a good
okay.
comment.
Okay. No, I'm saying obviously the youth today are thinking about it because teenage pregnancy has been going down on the decline for the last 20 or 30 years. But I think it's a false equivalence, like apples and oranges here. I mean, undoubtedly, I contributed 23 to my sperm. She 23 with her eggs. That's your kid, so that's your responsibility. That's you. You know, you can't on both sides. That's equal for both. But we're comparing that to forcing someone to donate their organs to a kid. That's totally different. Like we don't force males to donate their organs, so we shouldn't force women to donate their organs either. So
you're talking about the process of pregnancy, right? Is that what you're saying by donating organs?
Yeah, when you're pregnant, you're really donating your organs.
Come on. When you get pregnant, you donate your organ.
What do you mean?
He's talking about something else.
You sound like
I got that one. I understood.
I understand.
But I understood that. I understood that.
And First Lady's hand shaking means that she understood it too.
I did.
But no, because he's saying that you're still. Your body, there's a lot of sacrifice that a woman's going through over the course of pregnancy to get to birth, and including birth. There's a whole lot of sacrifice going on. So exactly. I think that's what you're talking about, donating your organs, so to speak. You know. So, but I'm saying that a woman still has a choice. You can talk about the fact that they didn't strap up, but even after the moment that pregnancy begins or whatever, a woman still has a choice to do something about it. And the choice, since she has a choice to do something about at least going forward with it, you know, a fair compromise would be some of these fathers would be like, well, hey, look, if you can choose to have this, but I'm not electing to be responsible.
I don't think that's a fair compromise or equal thing, because a man, even when she's pregnant, he still has he can't be forced to donate his organs to any cause. Even if the child has a niece, a kidney,
his job is done, bro.
You can't force a parent to donate their kidneys.
What are you talking about?
His job is already done. He did it. All he can do.
No. But see, Afro agnostic, you're talking about the whole pregnancy thing. But I'm saying
the
child
is dependent on the woman's uterus, on her placenta, and everything, on that whole connection, on her body to develop. So the child isn't dependent upon the male. The male isn't forced to donate his organs in any way. So in that sense, they're both equal. If you say one should be forced and the other one not, that's inequality right there.
But see, what I'm saying is that she has an option based on his information that he's not going to support it. She has the option to terminate that. And, you know, now I understand what First Lady say there's risk in, you know, terminating. First of all, there's risk with pregnancy, but there's absolute risk with an abortion as far as, you know, ability to have children. So I'm just saying that, and that's kind of a situation with some people that I know who was told like, oh, you know, I was actually pregnant with your kid. You never knew, but, you know, I got an abortion. And it's like, you know, that person lost that opportunity to be a parent, and they had no say in it. So I'm just saying that's why it's an offset. It's not equal. There's no such thing as equality, but it's an offset. Mr. Fledex, what were you about to say?
I'm gonna let El Pooh say what he was gonna say. I want to hear what El Pooh had to say.
I want to say this. First of all, everybody making good, strong points and everything. But I just want to wrap this up by saying one thing. Shout out to all those females that probably took my little sperm, got pregnant, got an abortion, did whatever you did, or had that baby. Y'all my heroes, because you didn't tell me nothing. Now, so, and that's your choice. That's your choice.
Was it worth it, Mr. Fledex?
Can we move to the Buckshot thing?
The payoff? Yeah, let's go to
the Buckshot. Yeah. Segue. Damn, I thought I was the clown. What's this, like minister of foolishness here?
I'm just saying, the point has been beaten. Come on, let's go.
All right,
Yeah,
so we're
let's
talking
go.
about Buckshot. Now, does anybody have the details about this, or you want me to speak on it?
I got some words that he said. Let me see if they address. Okay, this is the words of Buckshot. What happened? He was it was something about his tenants or some squatters at a residence that he owns, and he was there. He went there to try to remove them, and it got into an altercation, and they assaulted him, and somebody recorded it, and he had, I mean, lumps like I've never seen before on a person. It was really bad, and he was in a daze, stumbling. We ain't gonna play the video here. Don't want to show the pictures. It was horrible. You could find them on the internet, but this
He
is what his
he looked like that episode from Martin when he
yeah.
fought Tom Burns. He looked like that in real life.
Yeah. So let me
He's
read.
not a young man. He's not a young man, so this is even more horrific when it happens to someone of that age.
He's a small in stature is what I want to say. He's small in stature, so I didn't see the pictures of the dudes that assaulted him, but they had to be pretty big to do what they did. He said it was a number of them, and he was pistol whipped. But this is what he says. I am currently recovering from the injuries, and I am working closely with my legal team and law enforcement to ensure the matter is handled properly. Buckshot went on to explain, we are committed to seeing justice served, and I ask for your patience and support in the legal process unfold. Finally, Buckshot concluded his message. Again, thank you for all the well wishes. Let's put an end to violence and help rebuild a stronger and safer New York. So that was his statement on it. But he addressed it. He spoke on it. So, I know
That's
there was a
after.
lot of.
I mean, in my opinion, this was a tragedy because it's Buckshot. We see Buckshot. We know Buckshot from '93. That man, come on, those hits. Love Black Moon, Buckshot, the whole boot camp clique. Salute. But this is, in my opinion, this is a case of a nigga seeing niggas in his property, and he thinking like, "Yo, get the fuck up out of here," which we all in our mind think we can do. No, you got to have property management. Let them do what they have to do, and you just pay for it. Stay your ass in your goddamn mansion. He went there and thought he gonna get the fuck up out of here, and they put hand and foot on him. Not cool, because he is a legend in Brooklyn, in his city. But you got get property management, people. Don't deal with niggas unless you willing to go the full 9 yards with black folks. I'm telling you, I deal with niggas all the time. You gotta be ready. Gotta be ready.
That's a great point. That's my point. He said, don't, when you're dealing with niggas, be prepared to deal with them on a nigga level. So that's facts. I always tell my mom, look, you call the police. Don't go don't go over there carrying in and getting involved with the neighbors and stuff like that. Because I'm telling you right now, if they cross the line and do something to you, I'm gonna put a crater where that house used to be. So you know that I'm gonna do that. So don't do that. Call the police. Detach yourself from the situation. So that's what it is.
Yo, Pooh, what you got to say about it, brother?
Oh, it's just a sad situation for hip hop and everything. It's just bad. But what Walk said is important. Get you some property management. Get you some people to handle that. Because you know how black people are, or whoever. These people out here, they just treacherous. You can't just be trying to handle stuff like that on your own. It was, he suffered the consequences. Blessings to the man. Hopefully you get together and everything.
Yeah, I know.
And let me give a quick scenario. My baby mama went through this. Nobody put hands. Fuck that. But some kid did something at the park. So he was clowning my son, but he said, I was with your mom last night. He didn't know his mom was there. So she confronted the kid. I said, don't do that. You got to go to the parent. Now, if the parent's on the ignorant shit, but you got to be willing to go all the way with, and I just told you should have just left it alone. Let me handle it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because with our people, like, you got to go all the way. You can't go half-assed. Like, I'd rather not even say nothing if I'm not going to go all the way with our people. That's shit, Buckshot, like, maybe the same age as me. I think he's younger. I would not want to take an ass whipping like he took, for real. Mm-hmm. Get your pistol, Buckshot.
Yeah, I find myself agreeing with Walk, like most of this most of this podcast here. I definitely you know what? When I first heard it, I'm just being honest and transparent. I felt like that was it didn't surprise me because I looked at like his most recent video interviews that he did maybe 5 or even 10 years ago with Vlad, and just his attitude. He sounded like a person that didn't know how to avoid conflicts. I mean, a lot of times some people are not really good at avoiding conflicts. The only thing I would disagree with is not, a black thing. It can be anything. It's certain type of personalities from various groups that, and you try to avoid certain issues. How can I not get into a conflict? I don't think Buckshot thinks in that way.
Yeah. So I think we ended on that note, huh? That Buckshot needs to think better and
get some property management.
Yeah, get property management. Man.
Hire white folks.
Hold on, we got a comment. Stop knocking away. I agree with this Omar guy. Hey, all right. So on that note, we out of here. Anything else, Mr. Nice Guy?
Like, subscribe, share. Like, subscribe, and all that.
All right.
Happy anniversary!
Oh yeah, happy
anniversary!
Thank you.
Look at that youngster.
Let me zoom in.
That's me. I'm the best man.
That's funny.
Little did she know.